Hi guys, this is 2020 astrological forecast and I would like to welcome you to the new era. In the first part of the video, I'm gonna be talking about impact of astrological events, which they will have on a global scale, on a global basis, like for society and for all of us all together. But in second part of the video, I'm gonna break it down according to your zodiac sign. So stay tuned, okay? Year 2020 was really a long-awaited year for everybody who is in this field. We were really wondering what this year will actually bring, because there are some overwhelming and massive events in the sky, and they will definitely impact or touch lives of us, and I believe of the world, shall we say. Now, first event is very important, and it's gonna be conjunction between Saturn and Pluto, and it will happen on January 12th, and then it will repeat itself in 2021. So I believe whatever happens in January 12th, it will still needs to be completed, and only in 2021 we will be very much clear what is really going on here, okay? Now, this conjunction is in the sign of Capricorn, which is really very heavy, right? Because, Capricorn energy itself is very authoritative, but still, if we combine Saturn and Pluto, which are really very powerful planets, but each of them is powerful in its own unique way, we will get probably some very interesting results. Now, this conjunction happens only once in 32 or 38 years, it depends, but in past, if we look into the past, we can definitely say that this conjunction was sort of responsible for the events of World War I and World War II. Typical endings and beginnings are connected to this conjunction. This conjunction is especially important for you if you have it in your own birth chart, as I do, for example. So then you should definitely, have your reading by astrologer, because you should really be clear of where this conjunction happens, in which house for you, because it will be the most important area for you during these upcoming years, okay? Now, if we combine Saturn and Pluto, Saturn is all about structure, having things done, but also having things the same in a way. Saturn really cling to the old and to known and very much predictable things, but Pluto is very much the opposite, right? Pluto is really very transformative energy. Pluto craves changes, and for Pluto it is all about spiritual growth, but again, dark side always comes into play with Pluto. Now, I really believe that things have to crash down first to be rebuilt or reborn again. So one of the most common themes of this conjunction is that we really will be forced to let go of something. With this conjunction, obviously it depends on the house, but it is probably like outgrown, let's say, parts of your personality or old patterns. It can be very deep and psychological, because we all cling to something, right? And in 2020 we will be a little bit forced to give it away, whether we want or no, because first we really need to have like space, and only then new things can come into our life, okay? Now, negative side of this aspect is obviously very much connected to abusing the power, to crime, and even to corruption and tyranny, right? Because this aspect is really heavy, or can be heavy, if we sort of mistreat it, right? So definitely there can be increasement in corruption and in crime. You know, you personally may be dealing with someone who is very authoritative, and you know, you will sort of have to let go, or walk away or something. But on more global scale, I believe that there will be some authoritative figures who will try to force something into whole society, okay, whatever it will be. So this is really negative side, okay, so we better be careful. On more positive note, which is always good news, this conjunction is one of those things that can really bring us advanced quantum engineering, okay, new ways of using the power in its core, and really things like this. So it can really be interesting, and I believe that on a global scale, it will be all about power, how we use the power, who holds the power, and you know, how can we definitely restructure even organizations, systems, politics, because this is really heavy energy, and on a global scale it can really mean some very meaningful and important and very much necessary events for all of us, for everybody, right? Now, on more positive note, I would like to talk about another conjunction which will be happening. It is Jupiter conjunct Pluto in 2020, and it will be in the sky on April 4th, June 20, and in November 12th. You know, guys, this conjunction is the lucky one. If you have this conjunction in your birth chart, then congratulations, because this is the conjunction which is responsible for all the great wealth in the world, okay? It is really aspect of great richness. So my prediction would be that there will be really like enough financial resources in society, and it will be only up to us how we can use it and handle it, hopefully for greater good, right? Now, speculative business can go very well during this year, because you know, sometimes there are really these inclinations that things can end up very well, and if Pluto is involved, there is still a little bit of, you know, something that is not so, you know, right, or something darker, or something like underneath, a little bit secretive. So things like this can really work, okay? Third thing I would like to mention in this general forecast is Saturn conjunct Jupiter. It will be happening in the sign of Aquarius on December 21st. You know, this aspect is a bit contradictory, but still we will benefit a lot. Now I would like to go just a little bit back into history, because we already had glimpses of what this can actually bring to us as to the society, because in 1980s this conjunction happened in the sign of Libra. And you know, this was really beginning of, let's say, computers, technologies, and Google, right? So this is really just the flavor what we can expect now, but it was really back then. But now, first, I believe, because you know, endings are necessary if we really want to welcome new energy. So with that Saturn involved, because Saturn will definitely finish the sign of Capricorn here, and we really have to get rid of some things. And in this case, I believe that these will be things connected to, let's say, heavy machinery, coal, oil, okay, or fossil fuels. So these will be definitely themes, and only then we can incorporate, or we can start to incorporate that, let's say, a bit crazy Aquarius energy, but I believe it will be for good, because Aquarius energy is really very free energy, and it is, in my opinion, the sign of Aquarius is the sign which is all about society and very pro-society oriented. So, doing this forecast, it is really difficult to tell you exactly what will happen, but I believe that with Aquarius we can definitely expect some good things, okay? So maybe there will be more like energy medicine, driverless cars, renewables, okay? And really things like that, things that are, very, very different, but very welcoming, okay? Okay, guys, this was general scale, but I know that you are all waiting for your personal forecast, so let's check your sign. Hello Libras, this is more personalized version of your 2020 horoscope. I feel like in 2020 it's gonna be all about family, but also a little bit of work, and somehow you will really try to balance everything out and to make everyone happy, as you Libra likes to do, okay? So your year will start off on January 12th because there will be lunar eclipse happening in your 10th house, which is really a house of a career, of our job, of our reputation. Even it is really house of public recognition and status. So I really think that questions about your career, or really in general where you are heading in your life, what's important for you, if you really feel satisfied where you are, these will be really important questions which will really come into your mind on January 12th. Now, lunar eclipse is sometimes about endings, but this can very well be end of some of projects, right? Like you have been involved in some projects in your work, and now it is really time to move on. Sometimes this lunar eclipse can be accompanied by sadness, like we really feel sad because we really feel like we really need to give up something, but at the end it will turn out that it was for our best. Now, on the contrary, there will be fourth house triggered by very powerful conjunction between Saturn and Pluto, and what this typically means is that there are really powerful changes at your home environment, and this especially beginning of the year can be a bit stressful period for you. That's why there are those triggers where there's opposition, because 10th house is our work and 4th house is our home, and we really will try to figure everything out and to make everyone happy. And sometimes this can be obviously very difficult, but it is really just the beginning of the year. Maybe at the beginning of the year you will come to conclusion that you really want to move, to live somewhere, and you will also be somehow triggered to find a new job, or you will receive that job opportunity, and you will really have to travel there, or you will come to conclusion that you really want to move there, okay? This is one of the scenarios. Now, the rest of the year is also all about family life, home environment, okay? Because Jupiter will conjunct Pluto exactly on April 4th, June 12th, and then again on November 20th. This is important, and it will happen in your 4th house. So, if you felt like you really struggled in January 2020, things will be clear for you in spring, okay? So you will really know everything you need to know, and you will really have a gut to do that. So if you want to move, you should definitely do it in spring, because you will somehow feel like you are blessed to do that. Or really, when Jupiter is involved, we have luck there. Okay, so you will really get a chance to move away, and you will really want to do that. And sometimes we really get like unexpected opportunity. Now, fourth house, as I have mentioned, is family house, right? So for some of you, this may literally mean like lucky news in your family. I can very well imagine that some of you may get pregnant or have a baby, because this is really a lucky conjunction, but it is also very deep conjunction, so very really deep psychological, but also very material things can come your way. Okay, this is also great for property, and if you really want to settle down and to build something solid, you will get a chance to do that in 2020. Okay guys, hopefully this forecast helped a little bit. If you want, you can leave me your comments, because I read them all. I can offer you more personalized reading. You can check my website at horoscopesandreadings.com. I'm mainly relationship astrologer, but I am obviously able to interpret any type of chart, like personality horoscope, career horoscope, money horoscope, future predictive horoscope, because we are still very general in these videos. Like for every Libra it's the same, but it is really not how it works in a real life. But if you want, you can definitely contact me at horoscopesandreadings.com. I have plenty of free stuff for you on my website, so